Hello everyone, my name is Leah Sara and I am playing on the Biffacraft server. Thought I'd start out by giving you a little history about me. I've been playing Minecraft for, probably 5 years now. And I just started playing on my first server about 2 months ago, and that would be the Biffacraft server. Now, when I started, there was a little 2-cell iron farm right here, or right here, now you can see, and that was built by Ednoria, which this is her old place, and over here you can see that's Iris's or Grey19's on YouTube. You should go check out Grey19's channel. She does lots of really neat builds. But because the iron farm was outside of the spawn chunks, I spent a whole lot of time standing right here fishing, both so I could get some food and to keep the iron farm loaded so I could get some iron. And that's when it hit me that my starter house should be a houseboat. So I built this simple little thing. It's got, 2 pontoons and a little platform, but it works pretty well. Of course, my favorite part, you gotta have the AstroTurf. Anybody that's ever been on a houseboat will tell you that it's completely carpeted in AstroTurf. Well, it's been like 20 years since I've been on a houseboat, so that might be different these days. But I've got a little galley right here, and a little bedroom, and you don't need much more than that. From this, I was able to actually build an Iron Titan, which you may know is Tango Tech's latest design. I will take you over and show you that. I think technically the Iron Titan was my first build on the server. Oh, I'm not wearing my armor. Depth Strider, very handy. So, back when I first built my little houseboat, this was just all swampland and there was nothing here. Recently, however, we've expanded Biffington to include a shopping district, which is all this over here. And in fact, I stole Slipgator's idea and built a packed ice shop. I even took his pricing. Very unoriginal of me, but I do like it in the spire better than just the block. Of course, I had to make the spire a little smaller than they actually generate, just so that it didn't dominate the whole shopping district. Over here we can get a better view. Back when when Biffington was actually Spawn Town, this little hill is where I built the Iron Titan collection point. And that's actually where we're heading. Now, they had a problem where the chunks got corrupted and the server was running really ragged, and we figured that was largely because of all the entities in Spawn Town. And I mean, chests count as an entity, and transparent blocks cause lag, and you get all sorts of that stuff in a town. So having that loaded all the time was causing a big drag on the server. So maybe a month ago now, Omega hopped in NC Edit and just lifted the whole town up, moved it 1,000 blocks, and plunked it down right here. And the server's been running a lot better since then. So that's how we got New Biffington, and that's also why I have to go through the Nether to get to the Iron Titan. I have noticed that the Titan has been broken my villagers seem to have spilled out of their little holding cell, and I'm guessing that I've merged down to probably 3 or 4 villages at this point, but I'm expecting it will break completely sometime soon. This is, well, this is all that's left of the original spawn town. When we lifted up Biffington and plunked it down about 1,000 blocks that direction, this is all that remained. So the council got together and decided we'd build a little welcome park for all the new arrivals. So you should spawn in, I think, right about here. And then if you turn around, you'll see starter kits and a little book telling you all about the council and a little notice board. But the reason I actually brought you over here is to show off the Titan, which the Titan itself is up there. The golems all spawn up there and get killed, and their drops go into a self-powered dropper, and then they fall. Let's get some ender pearls. The dropper drops them right into here. That was perfect timing. They get sucked down that little hole, come down this stream, and the hopper is right here. So if it weren't full, it would pick them up. But since it is full, they fall down this shaft onto a little bit of cactus that you might be able to see down there. I had to put this safety block in because I kept almost falling down myself. But the hopper pulls it down and across, and then you've got stacks of hoppers going into chests, which I think it was Mumbo that originally, where I first saw those. But that means the storage starts here and it ends here, and then of course the hoppers back up, and then extra iron falls down there. So usually we've got some blocks stored in these chests here, and there's a little plaque commemorating the exact time that the hopper or the iron golem, or good heavens, the exact time that the storage area first filled up. After I built the Titan, I got kind of a reputation on the server, and people started saying that I had to do YouTubes and I had to record YouTubes, and so I've been building a machine for the last 2 months to hopefully allow me to make decent recordings. This is also my bridge. That might be my first try at an aesthetic build. I don't think it came out all that great, but I am kind of proud of it. Mostly because at the waterline and below, I thought to use mossy cobble, and I thought that was such a great idea. So everyone was telling me I needed to do YouTube, so here I am giving it a try. I hope I should be entertaining, and I hope you're enjoying the tour so far. But leave me a like and let me know. This is the tunnel that I built. It goes up to the ceiling of the Nether. And originally I just built it to get me to where I was going to build my base. Turn down. I believe that's player. Yep. So originally this was going to take you just to my base, and then I realized, well actually, we had a bunch of people, 2 or 3 people, glitch through the rail that we had going out to a mesa biome, and I realized that it wouldn't take much more digging for me to extend my line to the mesa biome and make hopefully a safer track out there. Of course it falls the wrong way. So this is the portal to my base. This is only going to be a moment because there's, as you'll see, there's really nothing here. I've been spending all my time building just ginormous farms. So that will be a witch farm, and that is a little village, which I will eventually have a villager trading thing. And up in the sky here is going to be, actually, I'm going to save that for a surprise. That might be the next episode, as we'll get working on my actual base now that all my super mega farms have been built. But that is pretty much all there is to see here. Like I said, pretty lame start, especially when you consider I've been on here for 2 months. But I will show you the other things that I've been up to. Of course, the hallway here, I finished with these. These are actually stair blocks, so you get this neat 3D effect. Don't know if I'm a fan. I suppose it's okay for another tunnel, but this next set of farms is we've got a blaze farm, which the design was done by Impulse SV, and I'll probably include a link to his tutorial in my description if I remember to. Otherwise, do a search and you'll find Impulse's channel. He's a really great YouTuber. He and Tango Tech had a server for a short while before Tango got tapped to join Hermitcraft, which I imagine at this point everybody who does Minecraft videos would like to be on Hermitcraft. I've only been watching YouTube for maybe 3 months, and so I don't know, there might be other bigger ones out there, but certainly I would love to wind up on Hermitcraft someday. So this station is a simple little just unpowered rail. You hop off here and somebody added a sign here, but this is the Blaze and Wither Skeleton farms. So you come down here and you can see out, we've been slabbing the nether, doing a big old job trying to boost the rates on the Wither Skeleton farm. This is, oh, before I forget, minecart goes in that chest. This, of course, is the Blaze farm, and it's real simple. You just turn the AFK timer off, and then the lava starts to go, so you turn the AFK timer back on, and we should see our first spawn any second. You have to be standing on the glass here to get a spawn. There we go. And they just get shoved and pushed till they fall right into the crusher. The crusher comes down and knocks them down to one-hit kills. And then you bop them with your looting sword and the drops go in here. So that's real simple. I'll just let those guys despawn. Then from the station, if you come down these stairs, you can see we've got our AFK Wither Skeleton farm. which is mostly Exuma's design, but I modified it with a series of piston pushers that squish everything down to this 1x tube. And my friend Omega keeps telling me I need to do a tutorial on the sequencer that I came up with so that there are a whole ton of pistons, and if they all fired at the same time, we would lag the surfer out like crazy. So what I've got is set up is, actually, why don't I cut here and I'll go up there and I'll show you instead of just trying to explain it. Okay, so up here is the spawning area, and it's just your standard. The mob spawns on a pressure plate and the piston knocks them off into a channel. They fall into the channel right here, and you can kind of see what's going on. In just a moment we'll see that pop up, and then these will fire. And they push the mobs all the way down here and into the drop channel right there. So because there are so many pistons here, I really couldn't have them all firing at the same time. So I came up with this fairly simple little sequencer, which we've got a etho timer going on right here. I think I've got about 35 items in here. Yeah. So this hopper is locked, and it gets a shovel every second tick. So each shovel gives a redstone length of 3. So the first shovel in there sends off this pulse generator with a little pulse extender, and that sets off the first lane of pistons. And then 2 ticks later on the etho clock, this sets off the second row, and then 2 ticks later on the clock sets off the third row, and then this is a simple pulse extender which turns off the torch long enough for all 3 shovels to drain back into the dropper. It is a simple little system, but provided you have no more than 5 things that need sequencing, should work just fine. I may do a larger tutorial on that if anybody really needs it, but I think that is a fair explanation. So let's head on to the next bit. So we're back at the little train station here, and to get back to spawn you just stand on the pressure plate, get your cart. We of course are not going back to spawn, so I'll jump out there, grab the cart, and we'll hop on right here. This tunnel took a lot longer to dig than I expected to, but it got done. Yeah, the sequencer back there is when Omega really started hounding me to start doing YouTubes. And I am finally getting around to it. It's been probably 5 weeks since he started getting on me about that. But the tunnel continues on down here, and right here to the right is a wither killing chamber, which I suppose I could show you guys, but it's really just a little room with a piston and a lever, so really not much to see there. It does, however, mean that we're almost to the end of the line, which I thought would be showing up already. Man, this tunnel is long. Everybody keeps razzing me, telling me that I should put note blocks so that it plays a song as you travel down. I want it to play Cliffs of Dover, because love Cliffs of Dover. But everybody's got their own opinion. So this is the desert, mesa, and savanna biomes. Mena. It's a mena mesa. Well, it was for a short while at least. So you come out here, you got easy access. Of course, everybody's been digging up like crazy right here at the spawn house, at the portal hut, which I had to throw this little thing up. I thought it turned out pretty cute. It gave me the idea for my house at New Biffington. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to see here. I try and go out, like that hill used to be covered in sand, and so did that one. I try to get way out so that I'm not leaving these big pits for everybody to fall into as they're trying to get out and about. And a long ways that way is our next stop, so we'll go back through the nether. And I bet you'll be able to guess what we're going to see last of all as soon as we hit the tunnel. Can you guess? Yep, we're going to see the Leviathan. I wanted to call it a Leviathan because it's a bit of a beast in the sea, and it took, I think, Omega or maybe Iris all of 10 seconds before the Leviathan became the Leviathan, and now they won't let me call it anything else. So I'm quite happy calling it the Leviathan. It is my own design, and honestly, it's the first farm that I've designed myself. So I'm kind of proud of that. This is the collection room. You've got shard storage, which fills up, starts with these chests, and then fills these chests. And then we've got the crystal storage, which, and if you stand too close to the disposal, you wind up with fish. Which is why I am eating fish right now. But there's all the crystals, again, fills up those, then those. Fish, I figure nobody's really going to want, so they only got one stack of chests. And then ink, because it's also a very inefficient squid farm. But here's the super secret maintenance hatch. Don't tell anybody, Kay. Under all of these blocks are dispensers. Under the pumpkins are pillars. So the pillars are laid out so that every bit of water, I'll take you down and show you this. Well, real quick, you may be able to see that there is a whole ton of guardians in there. And if that was too dark for you, we can come down here and just watch them fall. And it just is pretty much a continuous rain of guardians. But if I come in here, you can kind of see the pillars. So there's a square of water with pillars on the outside. If this was tile, that would be called a pinwheel design, and it's about the most efficient thing for this sort of thing. The cool thing is there's one block of one source block of water at the top of each pillar, and then because the water is next to a block, it pushes it down, so it accelerates the guardians into this funnel. And then when you're not standing in the funnel, they just sort of generally float towards the center and drop like crazy. But down here is the sorting system, and this may be loud again, so let's go back in here and turn that down and turn that way down. And the sorting system is, again, pretty simple. I like things nice and simple. Each set of 4 hoppers gets fed out to a self-powering dropper. So anytime there's an item in the dropper, it sends a signal and powers itself until it's empty again. Then the water stream goes around in a great big circle, and there are 2 sorters that pull each item out. So these are crystals. Over here we got shards. These are the oh, what do you call them? Ink sacs. And over here is the fish. And then under this cobble is where the sorting is, and they get sent down to another self-powering dropper into another water stream, and then over to a glass elevator. Now, one of the peculiarities I've noticed with the new snapshots is a tendency for glass elevators to spit out their cargo. So what was happening was, as it came up and hit the ocean floor, I would wind up with piles of shards and crystals outside of their elevators on the other side of the glass, which was way less than optimal. So I just encased the elevators in these prismarine sheaths, and that seems to have fixed that problem. I've also been thinking about putting these little caps on the towers. I think they look good. Void, of course, came over and built a giant guardian. He is the least impressed one, Gary. I think that's just amazing. But that is pretty much all I've been up to on the server, is building big giant structures and farms and stuff, which is what I really enjoy doing. Put those back. So if you've seen anything that you would like a tutorial on, or if you've enjoyed things at all, please leave me a comment, leave me a like. I would appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed my first video.